People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Now people, just when the fishes in Jamaica, especially of the garrison type, thought that they had a hall pass, thought that they had immunity, thought that the fish amnesty was still in effect and they could act or gyrate just about any place that they feel to and have these videos circulating over social media and then go back to that garrison in which some people view as embarrassing the place. They don't know or they don't realize or they have forgotten that, listen, this is not how this place run. Sometimes you get a pass, however, for the most part, know yourself. Now people, there was a video circulating over social media at some sort of carnival event in which a set of men were gyrating, a back it up, a jack it up, upon some other sort of men of the same specimen. However people, it seems as if news got to the people in the era a place called Whitfield Town, close or along Maxfield Avenue, and people, it turned out to be DEADLY for two young men. So people, I am going to show you the video in question, not for entertainment purposes, unless of course that floats your boat. So take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece. Now people, like I said, on Monday about 9 o'clock, the Popo were summoned to a property, an abandoned building in a place called Whitfield Town that is along Maxfield Avenue. When they got there, they found two bodies on the upper floor. The Popo had problem getting to the upper floor because it seems as if some assailants that had taken away these two men, then pretty much destroy the stairs that went up. So therefore, the Popo was delayed. They had to get some sort of ladder from the fire brigade. However, them get the ladder, and when they went upstairs of that abandoned building, they found two BODIES. 21-year-old Kevin O.C. Wani, 29-year-old Junior Gale, DEAD. Now people, like I said, the residents heard loud explosions at about 12:30, just after midnight. Them call the Popo. However people, you know how these garrisons run. Popo, they're not coming out at certain time of night, so therefore, early in the morning, about 9 o'clock or so, them go upstairs and them find the two people. The Popo, they are trying to determine whether this is some sort of HATE crime. And people, surely, everybody in Jamaica know. However, like we say, the more that things change, is the more that they remain the same. So therefore, when you know that you are of a certain type, and you know that the people where you live have a certain mentality, you should act accordingly. Point blank and period. And people, this is my disclaimer. Nobody has the right to discriminate, hurt, or take away anybody because of their SEXUAL preference. However, when you live a certain place, when you're there at Rome, you do as the Romans do. Well, not really the Romans, but you get the point. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is an update as it pertains to dancehall artist Shane E. Now people, we say Shane E is a very good artist. However, Shane E is a very troubled artist. Shane E's name was calling up in Montego Bay as it pertains to some sorts of conflict with himself and the Sparta, Tamale Sparta, and some other people. However, it seems as if he has transplanted from Montego Bay and he is now in a Waterhouse. On the 25th of July 2022, the other day, there was an incident in which it is said that 2 carload of men pull up, blaze up some people. After the smoke clear, 4 people hit. One of them was not so fortunate. A couple of days after, Shaney's name was being called up by the Popo. The Popo put out a bulletin and they told Shaney to turn in himself by the 29th of July 2022. However, Shaney turned in himself on the 30th of July 2022, a couple of days later. It is said that he is supposed to be charged. He is supposed to be questioned, by the detectives from CIB. He is presently held at the Huntsby Popo station. He is represented by none other than Christopher Townsend. Now, people, we know that when it comes to these lawyers, criminal lawyers as the name suggests, it seems as if all of these artists, whenever them get in any sorts of trouble, them only call upon 5 set of lawyers. If on a Christopher Townsend, a Bird Samuels, if on a Bird Samuels, a Peter Champagne, Nita Robertson, and for a lesser part, Mr. Finson, and a couple of others, but mostly the same sorts of 5. Kind of like when you see any sorts of entertainment event. If I know Jenny, Miss Kitty or Terry, and nobody else, it seems as if only 5 lawyers take these cases. However, what it proves is that these lawyers have some sort of obia, some sort of hold upon these judges or prosecutors. It seems as if these DJ know more than most of us know that, listen, whenever you use these lawyers, it is almost guaranteed that you're going to bust the case, you're going to beat the case. People, that is yet to be determined. But people, it has to be some sort of reason why all of these entertainers feel so confident about these 5 specific lawyer people. Me no know. So anyways, people, I am going to tell Mr. Shaney what is going on, word on the street and word from the Popo. First thing first, Shaney, there's a saying, a wise man learns from his mistake. However, the next saying, a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. So my point is this. Watch and see what has been going on with Shabdan, producer. Shabdan's name has been calling up. However, Shabdan thought that this was just a next episode of the boy we call Wolf, until that myth, until that saying became reality, until it pretty much pop up on doorstep and he was actually charged with a triple takeaway. Now in this incident, based on information, based on conversations that I've had with the Popo and people in the street, may I make you know, say, tread very lightly. Don't feel as if because you're a dancehall artist, that is a plus. No, that is a minus. The Popo them already have a thing out for the dancehall artists, whether it is justified or not. And in some cases, it is very justified. The next thing, word on the street. Listen, you should learn from the mistakes of others. And you see, say, we are going with a lot of these chopper or trap artists. Them are drop like fly. So therefore, the street I make you know, so listen. You are hanging around, you are affiliated, you are associated, and while you might be not the person that is pulling this, your name a call up, your link to certain people. So therefore, don't feel too comfortable as if you can't get it too. You might have a little immunity or leadway or pass, hall pass, badman or dancehall, hall pass. However, that pass could get revoked along with your life. So therefore, take heed. Point blank and period.